Alright, that looks good. Now let's make it worse. Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 151. It is the first day of the week, aka the Vulcan Raven workout. I am on my way to the gym right now. It's a little bit darker than I thought it would be right now, but that just means it's the end of summer. But anyways, I am feeling pretty good. Left elbow kind of hurts a little bit, but it just feels like it's a little tense, so nothing a little bit of warm-up won't take care of. But anyways, besides that, feeling good, on the way to the gym right now. So anyways, to the main subject matter for today. Modern logos suck. The reason why I wanted to talk about this was because over the weekend I got a ad on YouTube, because YouTube now has to milk all of the ads humanly possible. So I got an ad for Laffy Taffies. Now I haven't had a Laffy Taffy in, I wouldn't want to say a decade, but it's been a while since I had a Laffy Taffy. It's not a typical common candy to have. But when I saw it, the commercial for it at least, I saw that they completely changed out the wrapper. Completely. It's completely different. And like all of like the cool like flavor things were gone, and the logo is super bland and boring. And this actual subject matter has been on the list for a while. I forgot what was the original cause of it, but I have just noticed this entire thing, and I think it's not even that much of a I'm the only one who's noticed it, but a lot of people have noticed how fucking bland and boring the logos have become, whether it's the NFL, whether it's NHL, or whether it's food companies, major companies, clothing companies. A lot of it has been overly simplified and just boring, and they suck. I hate it. It's a lot of hate. Hate is a strong word, but I really do hate it. There's a lot of sucking out the soul that goes into a lot of it. And sure, Laffy Taffy was the one thing that brought me in to talk about this, because I was like the straw that broke the camel's back. But it also was just like, all right, I gotta talk about this at least a little bit, because my God, it really is becoming such a like, I wouldn't say even issue, but it's just becoming such a widespread thing, and I want to explore why. Why is it so bad? And it's not even like they're like trying something new and being experimental. They all go the same route, which is the super simplified, super no color, super no frills, no thrills. We are going to say what we are, and that's it. Nothing else. Maybe like a one little thing, or a weird like design that like you have to like, it has like elements of their history designed into it. Very much I am a graphic designer and it is my passion type of shit. You know, that type of stuff, which I'm like, yeah, no, this shit sucks. It's just so, I guess it's just so disheartening, especially because of how things used to be, I guess. I mean, just like everything used to have a lot of fun in it, and used to be, all right, this is our logo. And now it's just so bland, corporatized, bastardized, and just inoffensive. It's so inoffensive, it's almost offensive, if that makes any sense. It's so bland and boring and absolutely nothing to it that who cares? Who gives a fuck? Like, I'll do this example before I go inside. But when I think of this, I think of Super Bowls a lot, because the old Super Bowl logos were interesting and they had meaning to them. The new ones, you have to remember them by the number in order for them to be like, oh, it's this one. Like if I show like Super Bowl, I don't even remember which one it was, but if I show the one with the red and what is it, like greenish, bluish tile, I feel like people will know instantly what Super Bowl that was. But if I say Super Bowl 52, which one was that one again? I think that was Kansas City and Patriots, I want to say. Or Kansas City, Tampa Bay? One of the two. One of them. It was something. So it's just interesting, like, where it's like, all right, I don't remember that one. The other one, by the way, was the logo that I'm talking about was the Giants Patriots. You know, you just look at a logo and instantly recognize it as, oh, it's this one. Oh, it's that one, you know? And now with all of them, they all just kind of suck. But that's just one little tiny aspect of it. This isn't even just like oh, just the Super Bowl thing sucked. But a majority of them also are just starting to suck a lot. Like, a lot of stuff is just starting to be like, really? This is what you went with? This is the redesign you went with? So it is just truly trash now. But we'll probably talk a little bit more about the mentality, maybe the things that go behind it, when we go on the inside.
Alright, so I started this day off with dips, which were fine. I have moved on to weighted dips since this happened, so that's going to be fun to talk about when it happens. But I wanted to take this time to get back to the main subject matter and ask myself, why? Why does this always happen? I'm always curious to hear the excuses as to why, and one of the major excuses that always comes up in these types of situations really is the entire idea of the fact that these companies want the shareholders to really determine where they go and what they do. I personally don't like that, nor do I agree with it. I feel like most of the time what people do when they have companies is they realize that once they get to a certain point in bigness, they end up just making it so the corporate people end up taking over the creative departments and sanitize everything and dumb it down and lose the identity that they once had. There are certain corporate rebrands that totally make sense, and I'm not going to sit here and say every single modern logo sucks, but at the same time, a lot of them fucking do, and a lot of them are overly simplified to the point where there's no soul behind them, there's no aspiration behind them, there's no funny quirkiness behind it. And I know not everything needs to be silly or whatever the hell you want to say about it, but there is some level of silliness to be had in the world that people do still enjoy. I think that there's like a over sanitization of things where you cannot have fun anymore with anything when it comes to like logos, colors, and designs. Like, you can see it in certain things now that they're just starting to go with other directions. Like, for example, in sports, a lot of teams are just getting like colorful designs for their jerseys now because they're like, well, the logo's not going to really move, so it might as well just mess around with the jersey colors and give it like the limited edition colors or whatever. And that's just like a small thing to talk about the rest of the issues that come up with the modern logo philosophy, which is at the end of the day just to make sure that it can fit in with all the other corporate logos and the big umbrella things and weed out those who you can tell aren't a big corporation owned by someone else. I think one of the bigger examples of this was a dog poop bag company, Earth Rated. I liked their stuff. I still like their stuff. I'll still use their stuff. But they changed all of their logoing for not only their dog wipes, but their bags. The bags became so dull and boring. I personally hate it. It's so oversimplified to the point where it just felt like such a downgrade. Now, obviously, do I need poop bags? Yes, because I have a dog and I need them for that reason. But it's still like, all right, what's the alternative? Go with some regular whatever brand, you know? And realistically, I could. But the thing is, I went with these, one, because of the environmental stuff, but two, because it felt like a small company or a company that felt like they were trying something. They were being fun and quirky, you know? And now they've been just standardized, sanitized, and put on the corner of a Target front end area. And it feels so bad saying that because there's so many things that I think drew us in with the colorfulness, the uniqueness, the design of things. And then once they got our dollar, they were like, all right, let's change it up. Let's just sanitize it and become sterile and boring. I feel like more companies, if they just pivot against it, would do so much better. I understand there are certain aspects to it where they can't really move the brand. It's kind of like the idea of even like YouTube channels not changing their channel thumbnail. You know, there are some things to get used to when it comes to that. There needs to be like a pushback against these things and get more people that are actually passionate about what they're doing, because realistically, without the soul, then it all just becomes kind of bland.
And we're back! Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed. None! Exercises skipped. Also none. Look at that. Got everything in, thankfully. I am ultra tired right now. In fact, I am mega tired to the point where I just want to go home and sleep. But that's not going to happen. I still have to do some stuff. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Back to the main subject matter at hand. The main reason why I wanted to talk about it was just because I hate the lack of passion that is now in things now. I hate a lot of the emotionless, passionless, disgusting, lackadaisical modernity of things, particularly even on just like the fucking logos. I mean, it's so frustrating to see that there's no creativity, and if there is, it's the same thing, you know, over and over again. It's like that fucking stupid ass art style that Google loves to use that I fucking hate, of like the big people that make no sense, and every company has decided let's use that style of art. I could go on an entire rant about that fucking art, but I don't want to do it right now. I don't think I have enough energy. It's slowly creeping in because it pisses me off that much. But still, that is a thing for a completely different day, honestly. Regardless, it's just so frustrating to see. It's not even like, it's like they're trying to get a level of uniformity that they really shouldn't go for. Really, being unique nowadays is half the battle, really. I mean, come on, there's so many companies that do the same shit. You'd want to get yourself a little bit separated from the pack, but of course for some reason they don't, and then for some reason every single company does a downgrade in logo. I don't think there hasn't been like an upgrade of one. Maybe Chrome is like the only logo that I think got slightly better, but then it's the same shit regardless. So it's kind of stupid. Even the logos that become super reduced and like minimalistic are still kind of shitty. I just don't get it. I get it, but I also don't get it. I don't understand what happened to the intricacies and the passions of these things. Sure, they probably just, you know, took the budget for that and threw it into some other bullshit that doesn't really fucking matter. I don't run my own business, so who am I to say what matters and what doesn't, you know? When people remember things passionately and love it because it had passion and playfulness and good memories associated with certain logos, hey, look at that. Maybe there was something there, but I guess that's lost now because fuck it, why not? Let's sterilize it and nobody can get offended or even have an inkling of a feeling for it. If they don't have any feelings, they can't complain. But anyways, with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this. It's such a random subject, but it is something that I don't feel passionate about, but a little bit, just because it is a little bit frustrating. If I was in powers of things, if I had more creative control over a lot more things that I could, make things a little bit more interesting, make it a little bit more lively and lively. I don't like Google always trying to insert whatever the fuck the day of is. I'm not 100% on board with that, but at least it's some fucking thing better than other things, and it's still not that good, but whatever. I'm not going to get into that either. But it's just the lack of passion on certain things when it comes to like logos and like identity and all that other stuff just feels so sterile, bland, and passionless. It's just so bleh. But tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about that. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Keep it heavy. Peace.